Hello and welcome to When They Popped. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Mary. Hey, Kels. Long time no see.
I'm still recovering.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm like slurring my words. I'm not drunk. I'm just tired. Well, I'm love drunk and tired.
Backstreet Boys drunk.
Hail.
Seriously.
How are you doing there?
Good. I was napping on the couch 10 minutes before this. So if you don't know by now, if you haven't seen on our social media, Kelsey and I kind of made a last-minute undercover decision to make one final trip to Vegas for the Backstreet Boys show on Friday the 15th, so this past Friday. And I have to revisit our old Sphere episodes from last month, but I'm pretty sure we felt pretty adamant about not going back again. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I told you there's no way I'm going to Vegas twice in one summer. And here we are.
Fast forward. And we
never say never.
I think, and I'll get your take on this, Kelsey, but I think the first thing I thought was like, okay, there's going to be more dates one day and, it'll probably be next year. I think that's just like the natural thing that I thought. And I think we both got a little panicky. Like, just so much can happen in a year. Who knows where we're going to be in 1 year? And besides that, like, it's a long time to go without seeing the Backstreet Boys.
I'm like crying for every NSYNC fan ever.
I know.
We're like, oh no, we have to wait a year. And they're like, I've been waiting 25.
I'm so sorry. That's super insensitive.
If you're an NSYNC fan, you might just want to skip it.
And like, we have some lovely listeners that are both NSYNC and Backstreet Boys fan, which we are too.
Hopefully, though, all this momentum only reinforces to them that they need to stop waiting.
Yeah, like there is a market for this. There is a very lucrative market for this. Like, this is the most insane venue in the world, and it's been sold out weekend after weekend by a boy band. So, like, the demand is there.
The 90s. Exactly.
So we decided to go back to Vegas. Kelsey had a business trip out west, and I honestly think that's the only reason it worked, because I don't know if I would have been able to pry her over there again from the East Coast.
But I was like, I literally am flying over Las Vegas. Like, it would be silly to not
just foolish. Honestly,
how could I? Like, how could I?
Offensive.
The timing couldn't have been more like universe telling me to go step foot into that venue once more.
Right.
And I'm so glad that it did, because I think that show was my second favorite. Yeah.
I was going to just add that to our notes. We agreed, like, besides opening night, which, like, opening night, how do you replace energy?
Nothing will compare to, like, not knowing what was coming, like them popping out of the ground in front of us, not knowing what was going to make the set list and how and when. And, like, I'm sorry, but hearing Siberia, just like, it was worth every ounce of uncertainty to get there on opening night.
Yeah.
But I think this time around, we didn't have VIP. We didn't, do a vibey anything. We just went with general admission tickets, and it surpassed all expectations that I have. I thought that I, like, knew the show. We've seen it 3 times at this point, but it felt new. And I will say, though, I don't think I looked up at the screen like one time.
Well, that's the thing about GA. It's really not about the visuals almost. It's like you're at a Backstreet Boys concert.
I did not give a shit about the screen.
Right.
I don't think I looked up. I looked up at the beginning because that's the only place to look. Or like when they were doing a wardrobe change and there's like something cool going on, because like where else am I going to look?
Yeah.
But I do recall looking back at the VIP section and seeing Derek.
Oh, you saw him?
I was like, who is that guy? Like, I just know he's famous. And I was like, he looks like Julianne Hough's brother. Like, that's how, in my mind, how I recognize him.
He was there. I'm pretty sure Bella Hadid was there. I heard rumors that Carly Rae Jepsen was there. I saw that the Boy Meets World podcast was there. So, like, Topanga.
Livid. I miss Topanga.
Oh, I know. I do.
And Sean Hunter.
Yeah.
And Eric Matthews. He grew up a town away from mine. I love him.
It looked like they may have been interviewing Kevin and AJ, perhaps. Did I DM you that?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
I mean, it would have been like 48 hours ago, because like it was like right after we got back. But I saw something on social media. I think they were interviewing them, but I'm not 100% sure. But we will find out if they got some of the boys on the pod. Obviously, Kevin never does interviews, so that would be...
I know. Maybe he was a fan of the show.
Wow.
Wow, Bethany, wow. We're rambling.
No, let's get into it a little bit. So we got in Thursday. Friday, Kelsey was working. We were busy. I feel like when we came last time, we were like on PTO. We were just like in at the Vibey exhibit, like exploring, trying to get our bearings. But like Kelsey and I both felt like when we got there this time, like people tried to show us where to go and like explain how to get. We're like, we live here. Like we know.
I knew this is not my first rodeo. Thank you so much. Our favorite security guard remembered us immediately.
Yes.
And there was definitely like a flash of confusion. Like, wait, I know you guys. Like, when did I meet you?
Yeah,
and
like,
it was like, yes, we are back.
Oh my God, we're back again. We did get some interesting reactions from like my Uber driver was like, wait, you're back again for the same show? Oh. And I'm like, yeah, don't judge me. Rude.
We're already judging ourselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's no way you can judge me harsher than I'm judging myself.
So as Kelsey said, we had GA, we didn't have any VIP, and we were kind of like on the fence about how we were going to broach, entry. The doors open at 6:30, I believe. And so at 5 o'clock, we just walked over to kind of see the lay of the land.
With intention to wait outside.
Yeah, and it wasn't...
We were dressed.
I wasn't looking forward to it. It was very hot, very sunny, but I was like, I was there for literally 27 hours. So I'm like, if this is my visit, like I'm going to wait in line to get as close as I can. Like that's just something that's important to me. And doesn't have to be to everybody, but it was just something that we were okay with doing at 5 o'clock. So we got there.
This was the first time though that we went to the general admission entrance before doors open. So this was like a new fact-finding mission.
Yes.
I would say that line was like a football field.
Yeah, we were like...
It was huge.
It kept going. People must have gotten out, hours before.
Hours. And as soon as we even just got to the end of the line, you are in full direct sun.
Yeah.
I was sweating so much. And I had a to-go espresso martini in a to-go cup, which, by the way, hot tip. Pretty much every bar in a casino will give you a to-go cup if you ask for it. We thought people would look at us weird.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we're in Vegas. Like, what's wrong with us? Nothing we do will raise any.
No, it's like we're the tame, normal people there at this point.
And we are here for the second time in 3 weeks. So like what that tells you. Anyways.
But seeing that line and just knowing that, you're standing for an hour and a half outside, then you get in at 6:30. You're standing in 2 hours then once you're inside, just before the show starts. And Kelsey and I kind of looked at each other and we were like, let's just go get another drink and come back at doors. Because I was convinced that we were going to be at the back of the pit, pushed against the seats. Because that's how many people it looked like there were.
It looked like a ton of people. And so in that moment, it was like, all right, manage your expectations. We're not going to be close to the front, but it's still going to be great. And it's going to be so much better that we're spending this next hour comfortable in air conditioning so we can actually enjoy the show. I will say, we'll get there. We'll get there if we think it's worth it to wait outside.
Okay, yes.
So we go back, we get some cocktails, we met some other fans.
Yes.
I love that everyone wears white to these shows. I know you had feelings about it, Mary, but I love that you instantly recognize other people who are going to the show. It makes it feel like a fun club. And you're like, it's almost like the Jeep wave.
Yeah.
You get to do the Backstreet nod when you see someone else wearing all white. And you're like, oh my God, we're all going to have this collective experience together.
Right. And so we did meet some nice people. We did some man on the street interviews, if you will, like we posted about in the past. And so then I think, what would you say, 6:15, we decided to walk back?
Yeah, it was 6:15. So the doors hadn't yet opened because I think they opened at 6:30.
Yeah, we maybe walked over at 6 thinking they opened at 6, but they actually opened at 6:30.
So by now that long line that we had talked about had moved into the, is it barricades, I guess?
Yeah, like a queue, like a snake queue, kind of like...
Yeah, a snake line. The doors to the Sphere campus had opened. So now people were waiting in the actual lines outside the door of the venue. We weren't waiting long. I think, so it must have been around 6:15, 6:20 that we got there because we didn't move for maybe 10 minutes. And then once the doors opened, we moved in really quickly, got our wristbands, went to the restroom, and then went out into the venue and we were like, wait a second.
Where is everybody?
Where did everyone go? It felt like it was empty in there and there was so much space really close to the stage. I will say the center section filled up immediately. So that's probably where everyone went because they all wanted to be in the center. First, second, maybe third rows on the sides were taken, but we got a really great spot on the left side of the stage, like third, fourth row. A lot of people were like sitting down to like save their space. And I think that's a smart strategy because when you do eventually stand up, it gives you a little bit more room and, like, around you. So by the time it came for the show to start, we were in a very comfortable spot, really close to the stage. I was like shocked. I'm really glad that we made that decision to not wait outside. We saw a girl have to leave in a wheelchair. We saw someone else have to sit down midway through the show. I'm presuming that they waited outside for a long time and got overheated. Because yes, the Sphere is air conditioned. And when you're sitting in like the 100, 200, 300 sections, it's cool. But in the pit, there's just so many bodies. And there's lights, like it's warm. You're not freezing in there. I do not think it's worth it to wait outside. Like we tried, we went to scope it out.
Yeah.
It would not have been worth it because we had an amazing spot.
Right. And that's the one thing I'll hammer home to our dear listeners. Like go in and just pick a side. Get there right at doors or, 15 minutes before doors, whatever, and say, okay, we're gunning for one of these sides. Kelsey and I did the right side opening night. And so we're like
the third night. Like we were always, when we had our seats, we were in the 300 section and we were on the right side of the stage. So I feel like we got a lot of the right and it took some convincing. But I was like, Mary, we haven't experienced the left. And she was like, I don't want to. We knew how good the right was. So we were like, how much better could the left be?
Do we reveal our thoughts about the left side?
Are we
Kelsey?
going back for a fifth show? I don't know. I thought the left was incredible. And it was more exciting because we hadn't experienced that side before.
Everyone told me that the right side was the Nick side. And not everyone. Someone that I know told me to go to the right for Nick. And so
that's where you get I Need You Tonight.
I Need You, which is...
And he does the hat dance.
Over there as well.
Over there. So you do get a lot of Nick, but I did not feel deprived.
What I was going to say. So I was a little begrudging to go to the left. But I was like, this is what
I was like, the left side is the Howie side.
We needed to diversify. We need to try everything. I literally think Kelsey, in making our social media content for this, that she put a post up yesterday on Saturday. She's like, stop sending me Nick clips because we had so many close Nick clips.
No, you guys, I was like, everyone's going to think a Nick girl created this reel because all of my videos are of Nicholas Jean Carter, so close, staring into our souls.
For our dear listeners who know, he does his Shape of My Heart part on this side. I'm here with my confession. And he does So Everybody, Everywhere on that side. You get two really, really good Nick parts on the left. And again, it's not I Need You Tonight. I've had enough I Need You Tonight. I saw Nick on tour 6 times. So I've seen it. I've gotten it. But seeing him do some of my favorite parts in these classic songs, right in front of my face, was really the left side now for me is the side.
I think so too. We got a lot of Kevin. I don't know. I just, maybe it's because it was a new perspective and it's been a couple weeks since we saw it and we saw it in 3 times in a row. But I don't know, only 3 times. I don't know. I love the left.
I know. If we were to go again, I think we would go back to the left.
Try out the left, guys. It's worth it.
But don't tell everybody. It's a secret.
Yeah,
only between us.
You guys. Just us gals,
Yes, just us gals. So, Kelsey, tell me a little bit more what you thought about seeing the show with a fresh set of eyes. You said it felt kind of almost new to you or different. Do you think that was because we were on the different side, or had you forgotten some of this? Just tell me what you thought about it.
I completely forget everything that happened as soon as I walk out of a room. So I don't remember the set list. Mary's like, I know what's next. And I'm like, I don't know. Don't tell me because I've the only thing I know that's coming at this point is Siberia. And I know what songs are going to play based on their outfits because I've watched my videos so many times.
Right.
But I have not memorized the set list, the whole chronology of it all. However, I think it might be because it's a Friday show. I just feel the energy, they have had a couple days off.
Yeah.
They come in and they were just on fire. Nick was doing all these spins. I
Wait,
was like, how does he move so fast? Like, he's so agile. He was like a cat. Like, I was like, what has this man been doing? Like, just laying vertical for the last 3 days? Like, I know he's always posting about, like, going to baseball practice with his kid. I'm like, how are you doing this? It was insane.
Nick was bringing in an extra dose of diva and drama.
So much drama.
He, like, he was just like, oof. Like,
giving so many audibles.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So on our Patreon, which if you're not a Patreon member,
missing out.
You're missing out. We did an episode live from Vegas on Friday, kind of getting the giggles and talking about some of the things that we don't talk about on the main pod. But we were talking, some things that were non-negotiables for us that we were hoping we would get. And obviously, it's Put Your Fingers in the Air by Howie on I Want It That Way. But I will say, I felt pretty confident we were going to get that. After skipping it, didn't he skip it the first night?
I don't remember.
He didn't do it one night, but like now he does it. He says it all the time now. Thank God. I haven't seen another show where he hasn't done it.
Wait, Put Your Fingers in the Air?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He didn't do it night one, and we were Devo.
I think we
to steal Angie's word. Angie goes, oh, it's Devo.
Oh, that's so cute.
We were freaking devastated that it was not on night one, but night two, thankfully, I don't know who convinced him to do it, but God bless you because he brought it back. And the second night when we realized he did it, we have a video and we like scream our heads off.
Oh, yes. But we need to talk about our other Audible. There is like kind of a rogue Audible that I feel like was very hit or miss. Like, do you remember hearing One Time for the Rodeo like every now and then, Kels, or not at all?
So I remember I have like a million videos of seeing Backstreet Boys at their after parties, and I got a One Time for the Rodeo and like all my videos of that. So like I know it's like a thing. And I remember Nick and Aaron Carter singing it together. They
always say, I think Howie says it sometimes too, it's One Time for the Rodeo when they're doing We've Got It Going On.
I do think it was Howie this time.
He does say it. Howie is an Audible king. Honestly, he doesn't get enough credit for that. Oh my God, he was like winking and doing his little wiggles.
He was winking so much. He looked like he had like something in his eyes. Like, the winks started coming and they didn't stop coming. It was amazing.
He was incredible. But like we got One Time for the Rodeo the first weekend, but I haven't heard it since. I haven't seen it since. And I was like, wow, like imagine he said One Time for the Rodeo and we were videoing We Got It Going On. And he did it. And I was in the middle of recording. I can just hear myself. Like I just couldn't.
It's like a sharp inhale.
You're like, like I remember looking back at you like, are you kidding me? So it was just incredible. I also loved that we didn't have anyone super tall in front of us. Like I just didn't feel like my view was blocked very much.
I had a girl in front of me who unfortunately was I'm going to raise my hands as high as I possibly can.
Well,
and record everything and like twist around the whole time. And, I get it. We're all recording and stuff. But when you're that close, PSA, hold your phone at like your collarbone so that you're able to watch them with your eyes. And then your phone records them too. And then you have the memory of watching them with your eyes and not through your phone. You have the video to look back on and remember forever. And you're not ruining anybody else's concert that they also traveled to Las Vegas to experience.
We all flew here from far and wide. No, Kelsey's been like educating a few people in the pit, I feel
I didn't say anything to this girl because I was like, I wasn't trying to get in a fight with anyone. I'm like, I only say something when they're like being like really obnoxious and like I genuinely can't see anything.
Sorry, my ADD is all over the place. But for our dear listeners, what's your favorite Audible? Why don't you comment it on if you're listening on Spotify, leave a comment on this episode. Tell us, is it Good God? Is it Put Your Fingers in the Air? Is it One Time for the Rodeo? Or is it an Audible that we haven't mentioned? Also, is Audible the right word?
I don't know.
It's like a little
ad-lib?
Ad-lib. I think that's what I've been trying to say this whole time.
When people say like, let's call an Audible.
Yes, it's not the same thing.
Okay, well, ad-libbing.
No, that's like probably my bad. I think I've started that. But so, okay, everybody sounded so good. I was like stunned by how well the night went like turned out. And I think it's just because we really did try to go in with the lowest expectations and just, I was like, okay, well, we'll just dance. If anything, we'll dance in the back if we, and it just really unfolded so nicely. I had also loved seeing that, and we missed them, of course, but Max Martin and Joseph Kahn both went to the show on Saturday. And I even saw a video where Howie gave Max a shout out for, kind of being the man behind half the songs that they're performing that night. And, that he's like, we owe him a lot. And I mean, a lot of artists owe Max Martin a lot, but I love seeing him get the credit he deserves. A humble king. And then Joseph Kahn, the man we did an interview with about 3 weeks ago, the director of Larger Than Life and Everybody. And I just loved getting to see his stories because I know when we spoke with him, he was not sure if he was going to be able to make any of the shows of the Sphere because of his schedule. And it just made me so happy to see him there. And he literally said, I saw like a tweet or a story and he was like, that's the best show I've ever seen. And so again, seeing this kind of praise, not only from us, longtime super fans, but like industry professionals, recognizing the boys for an outstanding show. I feel like a proud mom, which is extremely parasocial of me.
No, it was incredible. I mean, I feel like we don't see Max at a lot of things. Like he's been obviously really heavily promoting and Juliet. They just opened in LA. So I wonder if he was like in LA for that. So he was able to come over to Vegas to see the show. Yeah. But I love everyone sharing the love, giving credit where credit is due. I wish Andreas was there.
I know he's not. But I looked at his stories thinking maybe he was going to be part of that.
Get the dream team back together.
Right? Like that's what I would have loved that.
And I mean, Max is having a really big week. Taylor announced last week that her next album is going to be in collaboration with him and Shellback. I mean, this is like huge. And the celebration, everyone is so excited. Like Max Martin being a part of that album, being in the headlines. I feel like sometimes people, when I mention Max Martin, I'm like, oh, no one's going to know who he is because no one's like psychotic like we are.
Right.
So it was very cool to see all the fanfare. And I do think that their collaborations have brought him to new generations and new kinds of appeal. So very cool to see him getting all his flowers, all this recognition that he so very well deserves. I cannot wait for this Taylor Swift album because we've been wanting new Max for a while. So I can't wait.
And I love how your husband aptly, in my opinion, described Joseph Kahn as like the Max Martin of music videos.
Isn't that so great, you guys?
Yeah. Like, I mean, but
husband knows what's going on.
Like if you compare it to kind of like, if you look back at like Joseph Kahn's, I don't want to say discography, video
trajectory.
Yeah, just like who he's worked with. Like the fact, I love to say, my sister-in-law in her 20s, I was like, it's this guy like Joseph Kahn. She's like, oh my God, I know who that is. And I was like, okay, see? And I feel like that's kind of the same with Max Martin. Like they've crossed so many kind of decades and
they've
genres.
both worked with Taylor.
Both worked with Taylor.
I think she has been a huge conduit to some of those talents that we grew up loving. And as they worked with her in the new way, they appreciate their work as much as we did when we were younger.
So I think it was on Wednesday that the boys announced their holiday dates. So on top of all that, we got
We're
news.
like, okay, we're going to go again because we don't know when we're going to see them again. And then, of course, that week they're like, oh, we'll be back in a couple months.
And they had posted a teaser the day before.
As long as they'll
music. And our dear friend of the pod, Kelly Laguna Biatch, like tagged us in a story like, we're going together, right, guys? Like whenever this is. And we reshared it and we had so many people in our DMs being like, I have to go. And we even had people being like, but when are they? And I'm like, I think we were expecting it would be in the following year, like a year from now or something like that. But we did get those December 26th, 27th, New Year's Eve, and then like the first couple days of January. A lot of our listeners have told us that they have bought their tickets, bought their packages, like pretty incredible. Kelsey, what are your thoughts on those dates? Do you foresee yourself going? Do you foresee us going? Do you think there will be more after that?
I hope there's more because I don't think, well, I mean, I said this before, so who knows, but I don't think I'm going to Vegas 3 times in a 6-month span. That's insane. I live way too far away for that.
I know,
and there are too many places I want to go.
I know that are
not
the
Las
Vegas Strip. My God.
So I'm going to say never because that's what I did before. And look where we are now.
Really can't give an answer. I'm really interested to see how those kind of near to Christmas dates sell. I obviously hope it does well. I have a feeling New Year's gonna be lit. I know a ton of people that have already gotten their tickets for that. But yeah, I'm just hopeful that the FOMO won't kill me. We'll be far enough removed by then that I'll be like, oh my God, I miss it. I want to go back. But I'm just hopeful that I can stay strong and not convince my husband that we need to go for his birthday. But you never know.
I do feel like I'm really hopeful that they'll come back. Just in looking at other acts who have performed at the Sphere, like U2, the Eagles, like they end up extending their run. And maybe it's a year later, it's a couple months later. There's obviously a line of people who want to perform at this amazing venue, but it wouldn't surprise me. And I really am hoping that there's more to come for a longer stretch of dates.
Well, and something we were kind of talking about was the cost that goes into creating a show for the Sphere, the amount of money kind of upfront I think it takes to create all the graphics and create the content. I mean, I think even as just a dollars and cents perspective, it would make sense for them to continue to put on a show at the Sphere to kind of get more return on investment, no?
Absolutely. I mean, they have the graphics, which, by the way, side note, I feel like the graphics changed.
Also, the show started late, which like blew my mind. The show started
late. Backstreet time. I knew it would happen eventually.
No, see, I was like, this is the Sphere. Like, this is going to be run like a well-oiled machine. Like, I was like, okay, 8:40, time for the countdown. It's like 8:45, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But I just was shocked.
There was new stuff like on the screens that we hadn't seen before the show.
Oh, yes.
There's like trivia and stuff where they're referencing being at the Sphere.
Yeah, it seemed like more like it was like, should I try to give backstory? So on the walls of the Sphere before the show, there's like old videos from Kevin's Millennium camera, like his handheld video camera. And then there's like, they put up like little mini interviews, questions with the boys, like as texts. And it'll be like, who snores the most? And then
it's Howie, by the way.
Yeah, everyone says Howie. And so Kelsey and I noticed, one, that there were more questions this time around. Like they had a lot of the old ones from the first weekend, but there were like added ones. And one I think Kelsey was referencing that just seemed more modern, at least one that I remember was like, what song do you always mess up the most when performing? And 3 of them said, Hey. And it's like, when are you performing Hey except at the Sphere? That must be new.
And then I feel like I noticed different pictures during the Perfect Fan this time around. Maybe
really?
It's just because I was paying more attention to it, but I don't know. Again, maybe it's the left side magic.
Maybe it was just something we totally did not have in our line of sight before, but there were definitely new questions. I will take that to my freaking grave.
She's dying on that hill.
But watch, I'm probably wrong, but okay, so
we're going to get a DM from someone that's like this was opening night.
You're wrong, and this is offensive. Like I just see myself getting roasted in the DMs, but please don't do that. I'm sensitive.
She will not die on that hill.
I take it all back. Just forget it. Just forget it.
Just edit this whole part out.
I'm literally not doing any editing tonight, so you guys are going to just have to be gentle on me. But so before we ramble and lose our listeners, any final parting thoughts? You know, we've gone 2 different weekends. We've seen 4 shows. By the way, this is the 7th Backstreet Boys show that Kelsey and I have seen together. I did some mental math on my red eye. But if you could give our listeners any parting advice as a seasoned veteran of the Sphere.
I would say Friday nights are my favorite night to go. Mm-hmm. And the left side is my favorite side.
And just remember where you are. Like how fortunate we are to be in Vegas seeing the Backstreet Boys, probably your favorite band, our favorite boy band. Like I was giving myself a pep talk on Friday because I was like, we're going to be all the way in the back. And we're going to be in Siberia. It's going to be cramped like sardines. And so I just need to dance and have fun and remember, how fortunate we are that we are able to do this and that our boys are performing.
In this one, because I know we have so much great content from when we were close, like opening night, like capturing content was not a goal of mine for this show. So I really don't have that many videos. The ones I do have are like amazing. I'm like, wow, I can't believe how close we were.
I know.
But I was like, this one is for my eyeballs and my memory. Like, I don't know. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself whenever we go to shows together because I'm like, oh, this is for the podcast. Like, this is for, and I'm very like, when I have a goal for work, and I do consider the podcast to be like work, when we're somewhere like a concert, my like work side of my brain takes over and I start thinking about it in that way. But at this one, I was just 8 years old again. And it was so fun. And yes, we got great videos still, but it was because like I wanted to take them, not because I felt like I had to, if that makes sense. And that's a me thing. That's not a you thing.
Well, no. And
if you're listening to this, no one gives a shit. But like, I don't know, it just felt different going and not being like, oh, I can't wait to post all these videos. Like, it was just for the sheer enjoyment of it all. It's gleeful in there.
There was no pressure.
Like, if you are not sure if you want to make the trip, if you are upset that you missed out on this first run and you're excited about the next one, like, just to call the show nostalgic, like, doesn't do it justice. Like, yes, nostalgia is an element to it, but it's like pure glee. Like, seeing women in their 30s and 40s wearing butterfly clips. Like, I can also always tell who was a cool girl in the 90s based on like how good their space buns are. Like, if they do the cool, like, not corners, but you know how you can like do cool patterns in your hair with the butterfly clips. Like, sometimes there's like a checkerboard type like pattern, like the Lizzie McGuire hairstylists like that were in the crowd. Like, it's gleeful. It's so joyful. I love the show, and I love that everyone is like excited to be there. And it's just such a special concert. What about you, Mary? That was a very long-winded answer.
I think if you just go in expecting to go in and have fun and don't put pressure on it, it just seems to turn out better. Right. That's when it turns out the best.
And AJ, during Drowning, now he goes, let's go to church, y'all.
Yeah.
And it's like, you do kind of feel like you're in a mega church a little bit.
It does.
Every time I breathe, I take you in. Everyone's arms are swaying and like the sun is rising on the sphere screen.
Oh, wait. Thank you for reminding me. That's a new ad lib that I really, really like in Drowning. It says, only you can save me. Oh, can't you see? Like, that's the normal one. And now he says, only you can save me. Sing it, Nikki C. And then Nick goes, can't imagine. So that's another ad lib that you can vote on in the comments. Please comment on our Spotify. What is your favorite ad lib from this show, from the boys? But yeah, just go, have fun, think about us, DM us your pics and your vids. We want to hear all your experiences and thoughts, and hopefully we have provided you some guidance and
hopefully
entertainment.
Nice advice. Yeah.
Yes.
And before we sign off, we have to talk about what the Jonas Brothers are doing right now for all of boy band fandoms. Bringing back the Click 5, bringing back Hanson, like bringing back themselves. Like, this is a boy band summer. Like, it absolutely is a boy band summer. Every kid who had a CD player in the 90s is like dying inside.
I will say I was a little offended. Like, I saw a viral list on Twitter. It like had like 30,000, 40,000 likes. It was like predictions of who the Jonas Brothers are going to keep bringing out this summer. And like the Backstreet Boys were number 20 on that list.
So I asked Mary, I was like, do you think that the Jonas Brothers are going to bring out the Backstreet? She goes, nobody brings out the Backstreet Boys. Like, the Backstreet Boys are the main act.
Like, I feel like what they're doing is like trying to bring out people that like Demi has a new single and the Camp Rock thing is like happening again. And like
the Clive is going on tour.
Right. Like, I feel like, Hanson tours still, but like it kind of just brought them back into like the main pop culture again a bit. And I just don't feel like, I'm just like, what?
Backstreet Boys don't need the awareness right now.
No, please.
Maybe
come on,
this
guys.
was like last summer or 2 summers ago, but
yeah, maybe.
What if they bring out NSYNC? I'll die.
NSYNC was on the list.
I mean, 4 of them got together for Ariana at Coachella.
maybe 5 would get together for the Jonas Brothers.
I wonder who else was on that list. I'm curious now.
Oh God, it was like We the Kings,
Cobra Starship.
Oh, I love. If not, it should have been, But I just remember seeing Backstreet Boys at like the middle, near to the end, and I was just like immediately offended. Immediately, like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? But watch, they're gonna bring out the Backstreet Boys. Just watch.
I'm just so excited that they're doing this. Like Jonas Brothers, it's so fun. I love that they're singing like "Burning Up" and "Love Bug" and all their old. I just love when people lean into it. Like, lean into the nostalgia, like lean into how cringy you were when you wrote those songs when you were like 12.
Here's my question, because my sister-in-law and I are going in Tampa. Do we think they're bringing someone out like their whole tour, or this is something while they're in the tri-state, like around New York?
They're from New Jersey.
Yeah, and like it's just like they're by a big city. This is their home area. That's what I'm not sure about.
I think that they've set an expectation now.
Hard not to.
It's a little tough. I get it, like opening night doing something special. Like Taylor, during her tour, she'd bring someone out one night, and then the next night there wouldn't be anyone. Like, 1989, she had someone like every single night. But then with the eras, when she brought out like Sabrina or someone, she brought out Ed Sheeran. Like, it was so infrequent that no one would go in having that expectation, so no one would leave disappointed. So I do think that if they're not planning to, they might have, set some expectations on the higher side. But I would be thrilled just to see the Jonas Brothers alone. I love them.
I know.
Oh my God, you're going to have so much fun. When's your show?
End of October. So yeah, we have a ways to go. But
what if you get a Backstreet Boys show?
Imagine. I'll eat my words. I'll be the first to eat my words. I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong. She says,
all right
reluctantly. Yes.
Well, I think that's amazing. So yeah, we covered all the big, like, major news of the week. I feel like Jonas Brothers kicking off their tour, Taylor and Max. I'm sure we're missing. I feel like people are just coming out of the woodwork. Like Click 5 coming back. Like All American Rejects has been doing their really fun summer
They
tour.
open for the Jonas Brothers. So All American Rejects is the opener on our Jonas Brothers show.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. They may be doing their own like individual shows too. I don't know, but they are like at least a partial for some of the dates, the openers for the Jonas Brothers.
I'm obsessed with that. Where's Hoobastank?
Maybe that's who they should bring Hoobastank out. There's a lot of appropriate options for them to invite out.
Metro Station.
Oh my God. Give me Metro Station.
Shake, 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 shake. You think Joe Jonas wouldn't crush that song?
What wouldn't Joe Jonas crush?
You're so true. You're so true.
I'm so true.
You're so right. When I think about Joe Jonas, I can't form sentences apparently.
Oh my God.
Anyways, so I'm thrilled for all the fangirls inside all of us, because how incredible. Everyone is getting what they want this summer. The Taylor girlies are getting a new Taylor album. We have the Sphere and, some comfort in knowing that hopefully this isn't the last that we've seen of Backstreet Boys there. And Jonas Brothers are on tour. I mean, what year is it? What year is it?
It's way later than I would like it to be. It's a lot.
We're spry enough to be able to stand for hours on it. I will say after this show, I felt it a little bit more in my body.
Yeah. I was wearing a knee brace to the show, so it's a different ball game. When I got back, Brad and Caroline were like, "How was it?" I'm like, "I am not in my 20s anymore. I feel it a little bit more now." So
things creak.
They hurt, they ache. You like turn your neck and you can't move it.
Like, what?
Like, what is happening? But nevertheless, we persist. As long as the Backstreet Boys will be coming back again. So
as long as there'll be music, we'll be coming back. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm never going to Vegas again. Watch me.
See you
on
January 2nd for Brad's birthday party at the Sphere.
I mean, if it's Brad's birthday
in November, but we're going to couch it as like an eating trip to Vegas where we just happen to be there when there's a show. So
yeah, that is not at all transparent.
But he knows, but he's like, I think
willing to be
and
influenced.
I think he thinks it'll be cool to see the Sphere.
He would go to the show.
Yeah. Oh yes, he would be down to go.
Has he seen a Backstreet Boys show before?
Never.
Neither has Mike. Mike has only been to like the after parties. And I do think it's important for anyone who loves me to see Backstreet Boys live, because like you just don't get it unless.
I think having them perform at the Sphere, like the coolest venue ever, and like doing a medley of their best songs and like an incredible show, I think he would be down to go see it. And like his mom's going to see the Eagles there like in 2 weeks or something. And so I hope she comes back saying like, oh my God, it was so cool. And I'll be like, we have to go. And so
I've never once heard someone say the Sphere is overrated.
Right?
Like no one walks away from that venue and they're like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like everyone is
okay.
Everyone's mind is absolutely blown.
So I'm optimistic that I can throw Brad a birthday party at the Backstreet Boys concert. So.
In the Friends and Family Lounge.
I can only hope. I can only hope. But I'd be sacrificing the pit. So there's just things to consider.
True. You would be. So what are you going to go for? Like the 200s?
I don't know. But anyway, we have rambled and
we've lost
for that. I'm sorry. Yes. But thank you so much for listening.
Thank you guys for all the support and honestly, just, really fanning the flames of our insane, insatiable desire to be at every Backstreet Boys concert that they've ever held. So thank you guys for supporting that Delulu in us. We supported in you too. If you are looking for someone to encourage you to hit purchase on Ticketmaster, we are one DM away.
I'll bully you into it.
When They Popped Pod on Instagram and TikTok, we're posting all of our videos from this weekend. I was shocked at how good they are because we were so close. And if you are going, just PSA, don't wait outside. It's not worth it.
It's really not.
It's not worth it. And you need to enjoy the show. So stay in the AC, get a little margarita to go because they will do that for you. And thank us later.
Also, I hate when people tell me what to do. When someone's like, you shouldn't wait in line. I'm like, I'm going to wait in line because you can't tell me what to do. But I truly think you can get just as good, if not a better view on a side and not put your health at risk in the situation. So
absolutely. You came that far. You don't want to feel sick during the show.
Yep.
It's not worth it. But you know what is worth it? Following us. And subscribing to our Patreon. Thank you guys again for listening. We appreciate you so much.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.